A Brit and an American swap countries to try each other's Burger Kings. This is Food Wars.
So obviously you can get a Whopper meal at a UK and a US Burger King, but we did want to get them in both countries and compare the two to see the differences.
This here, of course, is a standard Whopper meal. I believe it was the regular size, and this would be a small in the US.
Just a quick visual check. I mean, the Whopper itself looks identical to the Whopper that I'm used to seeing in the UK. Really no changes there. The toppings seem to be the same. You get the mayo, the pickles, the lettuce, the tomato, onions, and of course the beef on a sesame bun. So that's, yeah, exactly what I'm used to.
Let's take a look at a UK Whopper. Looks exactly the same, so that's good. Same size. Yeah, it's a big one, right? Same stuff on the inside. Oh, and I got a regular Whopper. I didn't even get it with cheese, which is rare for me.
It tastes pretty similar to what I'm used to. The beef is like pretty similar, if not identical. You still get like that flame grilled thing that Burger King is kind of known for. American mayo so far has just been very creamy, but pretty much everything else is the same. Overall, very similar to the Whopper that I'm used to.
Exactly the same, which is good. But the fries, however, your fries are a bit different, I think.
Honestly, the fries, this is a large Whopper meal. I was kind of expecting bigger for the US, you know? There's like a good portion of fries, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in the US, if you order a large fries, I was expecting like a lot of fries. They look pretty similar to the fries that I'm used to. They're like fairly thicker cut than like a McDonald's, say. These are pretty good fries, I have to say. I feel like when I go to a Burger King in the UK, I'm not really there for the fries. The fries are just very much a sort of add on to the meal. These are good. These taste way better than the fries that I'm used to from Burger King. I don't know what they've done differently. They're like quite aggressively salted, which I personally really like. But they're just like well cooked. There's like a little bit of crisp on the outside. Still quite nice and like fluffy on the inside.
The US Burger King has, the fries are weird. There's some sort of like batter to them. I can't describe it. They changed it years ago and they're more distinct flavor. I don't dislike them, but they're not that great. These regular fries, I think like, I prefer the UK Burger King fries over the US ones, definitely.
And of course, the fountain Coke. I hope that the camera can capture the scale of just how large this drink is. I have a big head. Yeah, I mean, it's fountain Coke, it's fine.
Yes, regular drink is so tiny. I've just been informed that a Whopper can be considered an insult in the UK. What does it mean? That's funny. Have you been called a Whopper before? Someone called you a Whopper?
Yeah, I've heard that. Thank you. You're an absolute Whopper.
I think generally speaking, fairly familiar, pretty much what I'm used to in terms of the burger. I've enjoyed these fries more than I enjoy the British fries, and the Coke is too big. Dial that back a little bit, guys, calm down. Here's everything you can get at a BK in the US that you can't find in the UK.
Here are all the UK Burger King menu items I cannot get in the US.
Let's take a look at the US beef exclusives. We'll start with this, the Whopper Junior. Look at this thing, it's tiny. I mean, yeah, I think it's just a scaled down version of the Whopper. It's got all the same toppings on there. Now we're going from one end of the scale straight to the other. We're going from the Junior Whopper to the Triple Whopper. As the name suggests, it is a Whopper, but instead of the one patty, you get 3. I mean, I don't necessarily object to the existence of a Triple Whopper. I will say I've got some notes on the assembly because there's no like layering going on. Obviously a Whopper doesn't have cheese. This is literally just like the toppings and then just 3 meat patties back to back. So I feel like when you bite into this, you're just gonna get like a big mouthful of just beef. I mean, I will try it for science. I'll take a little bite of the triple. Yeah, that's kind of confirmed my fears. I'm also covered in mayo. Next up, we're off to Texas, because this is a Texas Whopper. In case you're wondering what made this Texan, it seems like they've just added some jalapenos, bacon, cheese, and mustard to a standard Whopper. I don't really know enough about Texas culture to know if that makes something Texan or not. I would have expected maybe some like barbecue sauce if you called something Texan, but they seem to have not done that, so we'll see. I'm a big mustard fan, so I like the inclusion of mustard on this. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know if I would order that just over a standard Whopper, but I think it's better than a Triple Whopper.
This is the BK Double Melt with a signature cheesy sauce. Instead of a slab of cheese, they just drizzled the, melted liquid cheese. The melted cheese is kind of like a nice texture to it. A slice of cheese would just as easily suffice. Bacon double cheeseburger, XL, Charlie. 2 patties, cheese in the middle, cheese in between them. Very smart, guys. See, it makes a difference. It's bigger than in America. We have the regular bacon double cheeseburger. This one is a little bit bigger. No, it's extra bigger. So there you go. Yeah, I like this, and I would probably get this if I went to Burger King. I think this would do really well in America. Come on, 2 big beef patties, dripping with cheese and bacon, and it's big. It's like, its selling point is that it's big. Dude, this would clean up in the U.S. If this is in the U.S., we gotta get U.S. bacon. Look at this, come on, guys, look at this. How like not pink this is. This is like, oh, this bacon's bad.
Then we have 2 more burger exclusives, which are the Kings. First up, we have the single quarter pounder King. This is a single quarter pound patty with some onions, pickles, cheese, mustard, and ketchup. This looks pretty good to me. This looks like a very classic hamburger, which I'm kind of here for. I will say in general, what I'm really enjoying about all of these burgers is the pickles. I feel like American does pickles way better than we do. I thought that was gonna be better than it was. I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with it. There's like quite a lot of onion in it, just like a lot of raw white onion. And then the next one, I think we might have had recently on the menu, or might still be on the menu in the UK, but is a Bacon King. Either way, I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about fast food bacon. This is a double burger, some cheese in the middle and on top, along with a few rashers of bacon, some ketchup and mayo. Let me just prise a bit of this bacon off this burger. Let me get a close look. So this is the famous American fast food bacon. So I feel like the US and the UK do fast food bacon, and I guess bacon in general, pretty differently. This in the UK would be called a streaky bacon rasher, which is where you get the kind of like thin strips, as opposed to back bacon, where you have like a medallion and then some strip coming off it. Generally speaking, in the UK, fast food bacon tends to be quite a pallid pink, fairly unappealing color, and can be quite floppy as well. They don't tend to cook it basically for long enough. I will say this bacon has a lot more color on it than I would expect to see from British fast food bacon. That's pretty good. I think that's probably better than the bacon that I'm used to from a British fast food chain. So far, all the bacon I've had, including this one, it just tends to have like a better texture. There's a bit more chew to it. It's just been cooked a little bit longer, I think. Also lends itself to giving it a much nicer color. And you definitely get more of like a smoky flavor from it that you would expect from good bacon, which I don't think you tend to get from UK fast food bacon.
Yeah, the Gourmet Kings, let's go. Ooh, fancy. First one, farmhouse, straight from the farm. You got your rocket, AKA arugula. You got your pickled red onions and like a smoky cheddar cheese, right? This is actually pretty impressive looking, I gotta say. Ooh, brioche bun. All right, here we go. The arugula or rocket kind of ruins it. I like it, but it's like such a strong flavor. It just really tastes like arugula, rocket, whatever. Just having a bite without it is a lot better. So unfortunately, I think the arugula is a little much. This one also has arugula on it. So uh-oh. Let's get a look in there, man. They got the we got barbecue sauce, crispy onions, right? Same cheddar, same fun cheddar. The arugula again is still a little overpowering, but with the fun stuff, and this cheese is on here is really good, like the smoked cheddar. This one's good. I would get this. I like this. So steakhouse over farmhouse.
Then we have a couple of very adorable tiny burgers down the end. This one is the rodeo burger. So we're going back to the south for this one. To make this rodeo, they've added barbecue sauce and some onion rings. See, the only reason I can think of onion rings counting as rodeo is that maybe it looks a little bit like a lasso.
No.
Lasso.
No.
No. And then finally, we just have a double cheeseburger.
You guys got the Memphis barbecue burgers, single and double, go side by side. You know, in the US, we got something called the rodeo burger. I don't think you have that here, where it's onion rings and barbecue sauce, and it's surprisingly good, but it's like the smallest thing. It's like that big, but this is a good idea. This is that, but like adult size. Yeah! I gotta get a bite, but I gotta make sure I get an onion ring in it, so. This works really well together. This all works, the creamy mayo. The mayo and the barbecue sauce, and the onion rings, and the bacon. Yeah, dude, this is good. Another thing that would do so well in the US, I don't know why I don't have this in the States, as you say. I will say they have to rename it. It'd have to be like the Rodeo Burger Deluxe or something. I don't know what about this is Memphis. I mean, the barbecue sauce, it's a sweet sauce. I don't know what makes it Memphis-y specifically, and I'm still not clear on why onion rings equals rodeo.
Then we're on to some chicken, fish, and side options. We'll start with these ones, which are chicken fries. Now, I'm pretty sure we can get these or have had these in the UK before, However, when we were recording this, it seems as if the only ones available are the Doritos Chili Heatwave version, whereas these are the old-fashioned classic ones. These things are great, I love these. I don't want to know how they form the chicken into long strips like this. If British people are familiar with fridge raiders, the snacks, kind of like a bigger, hotter version of those. It's great. Next up, we have a chicken sandwich option, which is the Chicken Junior. As Joe just pointed out, they love calling things Junior at Burger King in the US. Personally, I think they should be called the Prince, you know. You have the Burger King as the main one. The little one should be a prince, surely. He's like a chicken duke or archbishop of beef. It just looks like a very simple chicken burger. That's pretty good. The mayo's quite creamy and quite sweet.
Chicken Royale looks just like the regular original chicken sandwich we got at BK. Longer though. Oh wait, but this one has cheese and bacon. Yeah, this looks kind of upsetting. Kind of a bummer. Okay, crispy chicken Memphis style. I do like the Memphis style. Onion rings and bacon and chicken with cheese. That's a new combination, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think because it's fried chicken, it like adds even more like flavor to it with the bacon, cheese, and onion rings. It's a bit much, but it actually works pretty well together. I think we got to Memphis up some of our BK in the US. Or just call it rodeo style it up.
Then we have a fish option, the Big Fish. It's fairly reminiscent of like a Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's in that it's got that kind of shiny bun. I do like a good fish sandwich. Yeah, that's really not bad. The fish is like fine. Doesn't taste of a ton. An acceptable attempt at a fish sandwich, probably not quite as good as a Filet-O-Fish. Then we have a side option we can't find in the UK. It's mozzarella sticks. I feel like, yeah, we have now hit a point where pretty much everywhere does its own mozzarella stick. What I will say is it comes with a little thing of marinara sauce, which I think is the only exclusive sauce at a UK, US Burger King. So we can do a very, very short sauce talk. The sauce is pretty strong actually. That's a concentrated tomato flavor. It's almost like eating a tomato puree rather than like a marinara sauce. Acceptable mozzarella sticks. I probably wouldn't be rushing to order those again.
Plant-based Whopper. I'm pretty sure I did this in the US, right? But your guys' plant-based meat is different than ours. We have the Impossible meat in the US. So our Impossible Whopper, Impossible meat has a chemical that is under review. You guys have a different plant-based meat than we do. So let's see what it tastes like. It's not bad. Let me go. It's not flame grilled flavored enough. You know what I mean? Like the Whopper, the meat, you just taste that grill smokiness, charcoaliness, whatever you want to call it. And this, it looks like they cooked it the same way, but I'm not getting that same flavor from this meat at all. So it still tastes like meat, but it doesn't taste like a Whopper. It doesn't have that like smoky flavor to it. So, and I don't know, I don't think it has anything to do with the meat. I think you guys got to like flame grill it more, or add the same flame grill chemicals onto this as you do the regular meat. This is noticeably different than the UK Whopper. Vegan chicken. This looks exactly like the original chicken sandwich, so. There's something weird in here. There's something weird to that flavor. I'm just gonna take a little. Oh, this is not a good sign. This meat is not easy to pull apart. Ah! Ugh. Nah, it just tastes weird. It doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like, it's flavored like the chicken, but the consistency of it is just different. I wouldn't say it was like bad. It just tastes like it's not chicken. These came and went in the US so fast I didn't get a chance to try them. But now I finally do. Looks like a nugget. Yeah, it just tastes like a fake something or other. Maybe like the batter on this seems thicker than regular nuggets, so I'm getting almost all batter flavor, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. This doesn't taste like chicken. Again, it doesn't. It's like blank. It doesn't have much flavor to it. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys got to step up your chemical game because our fake meat tastes way better. And these are chili cheese bites. Actually, they're not bad. It's mostly, got a little bit of heat to them too with the jalapenos. Yeah, these are good. On to the fries. Cheesy fries. Oh man, this is like really phoned in. This is really phoned in. No effort on that. Look at the bacon, like, it's not crispy. It's like, right? This is the bacon they have at an omelet station to put in your omelet, like pre-diced or whatever. But this is like, you guys, it's gotta be crispy or nothing, come on. Nothing to it. Well, it seems like a waste. All right, sauce talk time. Got the sweet chili and the smoky barbecue. There's also a spicy mayo. Wasn't available at the Burger King we went to. Oh well. It's time for sauce talk, foreign exchange.
Sauce talk.
First one, sweet chili, boys. Sweet chili is having a moment in the UK. It's growing on me. I think sweet chili is really nice. Smoky barbecue. Oh, this is in collaboration with Bullseye steak sauce, or barbecue sauce. Was a big player in the sauce game a decade or two ago, but I kind of feel like I haven't seen Bullseye in a while. This is pretty good.
Here are all the US exclusive breakfast items from Burger King. We'll start down this end, where we will find breakfast biscuit sandwiches. Now, if you saw the McDonald episode, you'll know that I didn't really like their version of a breakfast biscuit. This is the ham, egg, and cheese. You can also get a bacon, egg, and cheese or a sausage, egg, and cheese. Now, I'm still not convinced by the notion of a breakfast biscuit. To the UK mind, this kind of looks like a scone. I will say this one kind of like feels a bit more buttery and a bit more moist than the McDonald's one did, so maybe it won't be as bad. It's hard to tell if this is actually like a scone or not. This has more of like a sort of bready texture than a scone does for the British audience. I feel like a scone tends to be a bit more crumbly and doughy, whereas this one is more bready. As for like the flavor, there is a pretty similar flavor, I would say, in that the sort of main taste you get is butter. I don't know, it's pretty good. Next up, we've got the cross sandwiches. Now for the uninitiated like myself, this is a breakfast sandwich, but instead of a bun or a biscuit, they use a cut in half croissant. These come in the form of bacon, egg, and cheese, a sausage, egg, and cheese, a ham, egg, and cheese, or you can get a fully loaded option, which comes with all of the above. You get the bacon, you get the ham, and you get the sausage patty. Coming from a country that is in pretty close proximity to France, I feel like I do have to speak up on behalf of my French friends out there, because yeah, they just look a bit sad, really. I will say, I kind of have more faith in this idea than a biscuit, because at least a croissant will be hopefully flaky and buttery pastry and not quite as dry as a biscuit will be. I will say there are some places in the UK that will do like a ham and cheese croissant, but it's usually like a full-size kind of crescent-shaped croissant, which they will just cut in half and then add the cheese, a bit of ham, and then toast it. These, I don't know, it's the fact that they've got the small circular ones, so they've clearly been purpose-built to be buns. I'm not really sure about that. I'll try the big boy. I'll try the fully loaded croissant, which it's actually not the worst delivery system, because it is quite thin, it is quite buttery, and you do get like a little bit of the flakiness that you'd expect. As much as I kind of disagree with the concept of a cross sandwich, if you made me choose between one of these or a breakfast biscuit, I do think I'm choosing these, because it's closer to just a sandwich. For all the cross sandwiches, you can also get a double meat version, so you can get double meat of the bacon, of the sausage, and of the ham. I don't think you can get a double fully loaded version, because that would just be kind of insane. Then we have two breakfast burrito options. We have the Egg-normous burrito and the breakfast burrito junior. If this is junior, then is this his dad? And my favorite thing to do is just invent fast food lore. I'm not 100% sure what's in either of these, so let's find out. Oh, well, some sausage. Oh God, oh no. Oh God. Oh, there's like rice in it. I mean, I've made a mess of this, I'm sorry guys. So I'm seeing what looks like half a sausage patty, some egg, and what I think is rice. Give it a quick try. That's a reasonably palatable breakfast burrito. And then the big boy, the Egg-normous. Right, what do we got in here? Bacon, quite a lot of rice. I'm not seeing any sausage in this one. I'm pretty sure it's just like egg, bacon, and rice. Let's give it a quick try. It's okay. So to me, this does taste a little bit like claggy and hard to chew its way through. However, I'm told it's supposed to come with a salsa verde, which I think they've forgotten to give me. So maybe if I had like a salsa with it, that would ease the digestion a little bit. Also, this is called the Egg-normous burrito, but it's really not very, this is not enormous, guys. Come on, if you're gonna call something enormous, we're in America. I want properly enormous. And then finally, we have some French toast sticks. What is Burger King US's beef with France? They're really just going for France here. So I don't think I've ever had French toast before. It's not really a thing in the UK. So in the UK, we have eggy bread, or egg bread, which is
different.
Whisked up eggs, but it's like a savory thing because we're not putting like vanilla and cinnamon and stuff in it.
That's crazy.
I will have like basically just egg in bread that I will fry in a pan and then maybe eat with like some ketchup. I'm being told I have to try this with the syrup. So let's give that a go. British person tries French toast for the first time. I mean, it is pretty good.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
French toast.
This is even more egregious than like pancakes. Because this is like, it's like a churro that you then dip in syrup, but somehow that's for breakfast. Not convinced if that is a breakfast food or not, but it's very tasty. One last thing to note is that at a US Burger King, you can actually buy several burger options before 10:30 a.m. While they're still serving the breakfast menu, they will also make you a Whopper and I think a Bacon King. I'm not really sure who wants a Whopper at like 9 a.m.
There's obviously exclusive Burger King breakfast menu items, but since the pandemic, a lot of Burger Kings are still working on a reduced menu. They're almost nowhere to be found. We looked, apparently you're only finding them in like service station locations, so we looked around, couldn't find a place to serve them. Sorry.
Here are some drinks that I can't usually find in the UK. We'll start with this one, which is High C Fruit Punch. That's such a deeply unnatural color.
American drinks, baby! High fructose corn syrup, let's go.
My British palate has not adjusted to American soft drinks yet, because this thing is aggressively sweet. This one's Dr. Pepper. I can't remember if this is on the UK Burger King menu or not, but I mean, I like Dr. Pepper in the UK. Let's see if it's the same in the US. Okay, yeah, no, that's pretty comparable. Burger King in the US also has some milkshake options. This one is the Oreo Cookie Shake. This comes highly endorsed by Joe. Did you say this was your favorite fast food shake?
I would say, yeah, one of my favorites, yeah.
One of his favorites.
One of the best ones, yeah.
High praise. Let's give it a try. I mean, yeah, that's delicious. That is so thick. The straw, like, almost isn't up to the task. Yeah, that really does taste like Oreos, like the filling of the Oreo. And then if that's not enough chocolate for you, they also have a chocolate Oreo cookie milkshake. I mean, yeah, it's basically the same as that, but I think just with chocolate ice cream instead of vanilla ice cream as the base. Yeah, I don't think you need to mess with the formula. Stick with the classic, stick with vanilla.
Okay, for drinks, Burger Kings in the UK also have tea and espresso, and the one we went to didn't have hot drinks. And they also have various Capri Suns, which they did have, and we did order, and they forgot them.
Then we have some Burger King desserts that we can't find in the UK. We have two options. Firstly, chocolate chip cookies. Seems like these come in an order of two, which have cemented themselves together. They don't look brilliant. They're quite like hard on the outside. Don't know if cookies are supposed to make that noise. Those are like quite overbaked. Then we have a slice of Hershey's Sundae Pie. I'm kind of intrigued by this. It's come pretty highly recommended to me. I like the packaging. This is quite fun. Don't bite your nails, kids. Makes it very hard to open Hershey's Sundae Pies. I really don't know what to expect from this, but I guess I'm just gonna like get a scoop out and see what happens. Is it like pastry on the bottom? I can't really figure out what's going on. This, I think like a sort of like a cakey biscuit base type thing. Yeah, that is very rich, but also very tasty. If there was one menu item that I could keep and take back with me to the UK, I don't actually know if it would be a specific menu item or maybe more like an ingredient. I think I would take the bacon that you guys have at a US Burger King and take that back to the UK. Because I feel like here it actually adds something to a burger in terms of like texture and flavor, whereas in the UK it's just kind of there, like you don't really notice it. And if there's one menu item that I would delete from all possible Burger King menus, I think it would be that triple Whopper. I think it just really was everything that was wrong with American fast food in general. It's just kind of excess for the sake of excess. You don't need that much meat. You need some kind of like lubrication in there. It's just dry, chewy, horrible. Get rid of it.
So Joe, you've tried all of our Burger King menu items. Which one are you taking back with you to the US?
I think I liked the Memphis barbecue burgers the best because it was like a rodeo burger, but it's bigger and like more stuff on it. So I think I could really get into that.
Then you can knock one thing off the UK menu forever. What's going?
What was it? Oh, that fake chicken, the chicken royale specifically, just the consistency of the chicken, how it tasted. It just tasted off. It tasted really weird. Like my body was like, do not swallow, spit out now. So I feel like as a nugget version, it would work, but as the chicken royale, didn't work. It's gotta go. Joe from Food Wars. I'm in the UK, so you know what that means. I'm visiting Burger King. I want to see what it's like compared to my usual US Burger King experience. Put the GoPro on here just to make everyone a little uncomfortable, including myself. So let's go get some Burger King.